So I was watching ESPN and seeing Max talk about the whole situation with the Lakers. Talking about Magic Johnson deciding to step down and everything, et cetera, et cetera. But try to blame Kobe Bryant that it was his fault that it he was ruining the Lakers. One, that makes no complete sense. How Kobe Bryant's ruining the Lakers. The man's being successful on his own terms, making $200 million off a $6 million profit from Coca-Cola and body armor drink. But anyways, Kobe has nothing to do with the fact that the Lakers decided to sign him $3-year, $90 million contract for his last years. I mean, you gotta think about it, Max. If you were a great player and a team came to you and said, hey, we want to sign you a 3-year, $90 million contract, what do you think? And in the back of your head, you'd be like, I think I still got 3 years to play, right? So you would sign it, right? That's not ruining the Lakers. What ruined the Lakers is the fact that the vision was lost when the dad died. When he passed away, he had the vision of where the Lakers was going. You know, he brought the arsenal, he brought the military, he brought the army. He just also had a good coach to execute that army. That's what it was. You know, I'm gonna bring one tank, I'm gonna bring a helicopter, I'm gonna bring 3 snipers. He had Phil Jackson that was able to execute that and put those in place. That's one. The second thing that they messed up on is when they had a chance to sign Phil Jackson back again, when Steve Nash was there, Dwight Howard, Gasol, and Kobe were there. So it's 4 All-Stars, all right? They decided to go to Mike D'Antoni that didn't do nothing. And there's no disrespect to Mike D'Antoni, but they didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. He had the Suns back in the day when they had Rajah Bell, Amari Stoudemire, Steve Nash. I mean, you can keep naming some other players that were on the team. I can't really even think about it. And was losing to teams like the Lakers, who only had a barely growing up Andrew Bynum, Kobe Bryant, Smush Parker, Lamar Odom, Luke Walton. You know, he had all-star calibers on his team, and he didn't do nothing with them. So they decided to sign Mike D'Antoni instead of Phil Jackson, who had Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan back in the day, brought in some calibers and made 6 championships. Had the Lakers, Shaq and Kobe. They weren't getting along. But he got those 2 motherfuckers to come through and say, we need to win, okay? That was it. I mean, yeah, you could kind of put the whole Gary Payton, Karl Malone, and those in there, but, you know, there were some bumping heads right there because, yes, Kobe did get a little selfish and started shooting the ball like crazy, but Kobe did not have nothing to do with the fact of what the Lakers are now. He has nothing to do with that. That's Jenny. That's like saying, oh, your child's bad. That's just a bad child. No, that's because you got bad parenting. When your parents are not taking care of the child, that child is going to be ridiculously outrageous. You got to turn around and blame it on Jenny. And Jenny let Magic Johnson do a bunch of this. He was a runner. He wasn't a producer. He was just doing a bunch of talking, doing all this, had visions, but didn't execute it. He knew it. That's why he stepped down. The agent that was Kobe's agent has nothing to do with that. Kobe has nothing to do with the fall of the Lakers. 1, they got injuries like crazy. 2, you had a coaching staff that didn't know how to work with all that talent. They had a whole bunch of offensive talent. They had no successful defense. You had LeBron James playing 38 minutes. The dude is getting old. His body he's coming Kobe Bryant. He's playing too much and not letting his body rest enough. So it's not Kobe's fault that the Lakers are falling. You know, they just didn't have a good caliber team coming through. That's just it, man. Like, Max, his defense, his whatever he wanted to come up with, I felt like that was more of like he had some kind of issue with Kobe. I don't think that was particularly a good statement. It didn't make no sense at all. I don't even know why ESPN let him put that out there. I mean, that was just, that was stupid. That's why Stephen A. Smith was just like, dude, what are you talking about? You make no sense. Jalen Rose was just like, okay, your statement is just retarded. I don't know who the other dude was. He needs to sit down too, and read a book. You know, stats. Max had nothing. He had nothing. His statement was just, as Stephen A. Smith says, blasphemous. He has nothing to talk about. That was just ridiculous. You can't blame a player to ruin the franchise. You know, how many other players have signed big contracts and haven't done nothing? Kobe has done stuff for the Lakers. That's why they continued to pay him, because he's done stuff. You know, you need to really go and point out other people like Allen Iverson. Motherfucker was signed so many years with the Sixers. Didn't do nothing. That wasn't Allen Iverson's fault. That was the organization not bringing talent. Same thing with LeBron. LeBron was with Cleveland for so many years, signed contracts, and then left to Miami because the organization didn't want to sign anybody else, to bring anybody else to help him. So he went somewhere else where he could get help. Came back, had some decent help, won one championship, and then everybody freaking split. And they still didn't bring nothing for him. That's why he left. I mean, there's other people, you know, nothing against Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady was with Orlando, didn't do nothing but have a bunch of scoring titles, and went to Houston, had the caliber, didn't do nothing. That wasn't Tracy McGrady's fault. That was the organization. Dirk Nowitzki, dude said it. Jalen Rose said it. Signed him multiple years contract. He won one championship. But they kept continuing to keep his ass. Why? Because he was a franchise player for Dallas that continued and stayed loyal to him, just like Kobe was. So, hey, you're gonna stay loyal to us. We like you. We love you. We want you to retire here in Dallas. We're gonna pay you, you know, and we'll rebuild. Look at Carmelo Anthony, Denver Nuggets, didn't do nothing. Had the talent, didn't do nothing. Wasn't his fault. Organization. Went to the Knicks, didn't do nothing. Signed big contract, didn't do nothing. Wasn't his fault. Organization. As I said, you can't blame a child for being bad. It's all on the parents. If the parents are not going to raise them and teach them discipline and teach them, become smart and knowledgeable kids and well-behaved, well-disciplined, then they're going to act wild. Can't blame the parents. You can't blame the kids for being bad, Max. You got to blame the parents. So maybe you need to step back, roll back, untie that little tie you have on there, and maybe shave and get some Rogaine on that freaking beard or something like that. Figure it out. But with your statement, what you just said, it's not Kobe. You can never blame a player for an organization not winning championships. The organization has to bring the calibers for championship. Look at Golden State. It took them years, but what happened? They got Stephen Curry. Then they got Draymond Green. Then Klay Thompson. Then they got KD. Now they're on a damn near unstoppable force that is only playing 50%. You got Steve Kerr, who's coaching these guys, that's keeping them together. The team is so good, Steve Kerr can sit back and watch them coach each other. That's the organization disciplining the kids to come together. So parents disciplining the kids, come together. Organization disciplining the players, the coaching staff to come together. With a point where you can be like Golden State, where you don't need a damn coach. Stephen Curry can sit there and write the plays for you. KD can write the plays for you. Think about that one, Max.